Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Badly Influenced Gaming Podcast with Rob.
Hello.
And Dave.
I'm Rob, and he's Dave.
I'm Dave, and he's Rob, I think.
Nice.
How you doing, man?
Something like that.
How you doing, fool?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah, all good. I recently bought myself a new headset for my PlayStation 4, so I can do some quick little videos and stuff.
Nice.
Because I was using me old phone headphones, crappy Samsung things with a shit mic on.
Oh,
although
yeah,
the one I bought is probably not that great either. But I recorded a video for all of you out there, and it failed because the sound was so terrible.
Oh, man.
But never mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll get there though. New equipment on the way.
Well, yeah.
What about you?
I was just gonna say, if you ever want to borrow any, I've got a headset which is all right. It's like a 4Gamers one, so it's not like the best, but it's not the worst. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm all right. I guess I'm all right. Just been.
Yeah.
I'm very much. I know I talk about this a lot, and I know you want it to be a current podcast, but I am still playing The Witcher 3 because it's going to take me forever to play it and complete it.
Oh, sweet.
But it's really good, man. Like. I did this thing yesterday. It's quite near the start. And spoilers, if anyone's out there is going to play The Witcher 3 anytime soon. Spoilers! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! There's one mission where there's this woman and there's these witches, and there's this woman in the middle of the woods who's got this weird hut in a swamp, and she like looks after all the orphans that from war, kids where their parents have been killed in the wars and stuff. And you're like, oh, she's a nice lady and stuff. Anyway, it turns out she ain't that nice, and there's another motive. But there's this weird tree spirit thing at one point, and you go down there, and it's been fucking up all the land and making all these monsters appear. And you can either save it and like try and uncorrupt it, or you can kill it. And depending on what you choose, different stuff happens.
Right.
So the first time I played this game a long, long time ago, I saved the tree spirit. So I was like, that's obviously the good thing to do, right? Save the tree spirit, save nature.
Yeah.
So I saved the tree spirit. The evil people die, and then the fucking tree spirit goes and razes a village to the ground in revenge and kills like loads of people and like burns the shit down.
Oh, lovely.
So this time I was like, fuck you, tree boy. So I killed the tree. And the village is fine. The village is fine. Nothing's happened to the village, but the orphans, the kids.
Oh no.
Yeah, they've been eaten.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure they've been eaten.
Shit.
So you can't. Basically, The Witcher 3, great game. You can't win. There's no way to win. Someone's gonna die. No matter what you do, someone is gonna die.
Oh dear. Oh, I just realised my cat was under my table. I was poking it pretty hard with my foot, thinking, "What is that?" It's my cat.
You're playing footsie with your pussy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Lower the tone.
Oh,
We're only a
my
couple of minutes in.
Oh, exactly. It's 3.5 minutes. It's time to lower the tone.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So you've been playing your let's
Pardon?
plays, but have you been playing anything else as well other than
Oh,
let's
well.
plays or
Well.
little bits and bobs?
Every time I play something now, I try to record it. It generally doesn't come out as a let's play. Let's be honest. But I've recently got a game called Assetto Corsa, which is like a sort of simulation racing game. As some of you know, I'm into my sim stuff. So, but I've played Gran Turismo, obviously, which most people class as a sim. And it's a very good game. All very good games. And I've also got Project Cars as well, another simulation game. Also very good, but those two are both strictly console games, right? And Assetto Corsa has come from the PC, and there's a huge sort of online racing community where people do events and stuff, big proper races and all sorts, and it's super realistic. But I'm playing it at the moment on a control pad, and it just does not work. I need to get my hands on a steering wheel. Honestly, it needs to be.
Yeah, you gotta get a wheel, man, for that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, they're a little pricey. Let's be honest. If you want to get a proper good one, they are a little pricey. But I'm keeping my ears to the ground. I think I can get one pretty soon.
Yeah, so Project Cars, I thought it was like developed as a PC game and then released on the consoles as a secondary function. I may be wrong. I'm not. You know more than I do about this stuff. Have you played Project Cars 2 yet? Is that one out?
I haven't played it yet. It has been out for a little while. Yeah, it's just still in the upper price range of Rob at the moment. So yeah, it looks good.
Man. Well, you got stuff to play. You got stuff to play. Wait till it goes down. That's the smart man's play. That is. You don't want to fucking go and waste it all on day one, like 50, 60 quid. You can't even play the fucking game. Most games nowadays, you got to wait for like you won't get online for like 2 days, and you got to download a huge patch. And like, you know, it's a joke, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
State of modern games. We sound ancient.
Yeah,
State
too
of
fucking
modern
right.
gaming. It's a joke, Rob. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh dear.
Yeah, man.
Well,
no, it's not. There's some good stuff out there, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Well, what do you want to talk about first?
No. I was interested to hear what you don't.
What I don't.
Well, I mean, well, I just wanted to. I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about really was Nintendo Labo.
Oh,
not quite sure how you pronounce it. Labo.
Lamo.
Yeah, I think you probably got. I think you've got different feelings on it to me. I think basically. It comes out on April the 20th this year, and if you haven't seen it, it's Nintendo being as Nintendo as it possibly can be.
True.
And going like, yeah, everyone wants 4K or shiny or VR. No, we're gonna make. How much more realistic can you get than making some shit out of some fucking cardboard? It's quite. It's quite a cool idea. I quite like it. I think it's for kids. It's not for adults. It's for children. Blatantly, it's for children.
Yeah.
And I think. Do you remember there was a news story a few months ago, maybe even years ago? A kid wanted a Nintendo Switch when they first came out, and they were sold out, and his parents couldn't afford to get him one or something like that. So he made a Switch out of cardboard. Like he built his own Switch out of cardboard, and then he put a little video, I think, or something on YouTube of him making this thing and then pretending to play on it. So I feel like somebody at Nintendo has seen that video and they've been like, yeah, right, kids fucking love building shit. They like making stuff. That they get to explore their creativity. Plus, then we can release games with really cheap peripherals that aren't made out of nasty plastic. Like when I had a Wii. A Nintendo Wii, not a urination. I had a big bag in my cupboard, which was just full of white plastic bullshit. I had 2 steering wheels. I had the gun. I had I think I had a fishing rod. I had a golf club. I had all sorts of shit. So I think this is just their clever way of making it appealing for kids to make something, but also saving money and making it environmentally friendly peripherals. But there's some cool stuff on it. There's a fishing rod. There's do you see the remote control cars? They look fucking weird. That's the most original idea. Basically, you take the Joy-Cons off and you slot them into a cardboard housing, and then you can use the Switch to control them as remote control cars. So the Joy-Con,
with the HD Rumble.
It's got that weird.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah, and it moves them forwards and shit like that. It looks crazy. It looks... I mean, now you go. What do you think, Rob?
Well, again, like you say, it is Nintendo being very Nintendo. But I worry mainly about what the build quality would be like. You know, whether you get 2 little kids fighting over it, what the hell's going to happen? In about 2 minutes, it's going to be fucked, isn't it? So... Yeah, that's why.
That's another 60 quid to Nintendo. I do wonder whether they will produce, so you'll be able to buy spare parts or something like that. It seems like an idea where you could pay a couple quid and they'll send you out another sheet for another fishing rod or something. I don't know. I think it needs to be more value for money, because I heard that it was going to be. One pack was going to be something like $70 and the other one was going to be $80, which in pounds is 50, 60 quid. And if you're paying that for I mean, it's not just the cardboard. You get the software as well.
Yeah.
It just seems pricey. I feel like you're right about the build quality. I think they need to think about or prepare for people needing to buy spare bits and pieces.
Yeah, or just people complaining and wanting their damn money back. I mean, how long is it going to be until somebody goes, oh, well, I've got a cardboard box here. I'm just going to make that. Do you know what I mean? Is it? Well, have they gone as far as to make it so that other people can't possibly make it because of some crazy cutting technique they've done on the boxes? Who knows? It would be interesting to find out, I suppose.
I wonder whether, I think we need to know more information about this, but I wonder whether what they're going to actually give you will function as kind of like a template, so that once you pop the bits out, you can keep the outside bit, and then you can just use any old cardboard to like produce spares. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like using it as a template, pop it over another bit of cardboard, draw around it, cut that shit out, and you got another one. That would be pretty sweet if they did that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Oh, I've just cracked how to pirate the Labo. Be like kids like bringing him in, like passing him around to their friends. He's like blank, card like templates. Like, go on, here you go, have some HD Rumble cars on me, mate.
Some kid fleecing all the kids at school for $50 a time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
this is made of balsa wood, mate. This is bullshit. I think for me though, one of the most interesting aspects of it is, will they allow people to innovate? Will they? So, like, say you create something yourself, will they give you some ability to build some software to, like, so say you build like a monster out of cardboard that you want to make a little game. Will they, in the future, will they allow you to do that, like create your own stuff, and then maybe they'll take some of that on board and then put it out as like freeware for other people that've got it and things like that.
Well, Nintendo,
interesting.
Nintendo
Very interesting.
do nothing for free. And they do not like it when people do stuff for them, like free advertising on YouTube or stuff where they play their games. They just do not like it. So, no, I disagree with you there, Dave. I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I think that they've been trying
You've still
to
got
get
that
better
Nintendo
with
innocence
community
about
stuff.
you, haven't you?
Well, I just feel like they've been trying to be a bit better with the community stuff lately, like the Mario Maker, which we talked about before. It's when the whole thing was built around the community sort of building a never-ending Mario game, wasn't it? It's just give them the tools and they will make it. Also that leads us nicely on. Segue to the second article that I wanted to talk about, which was the NES Maker.
Oh yes, I have heard a little bit about this. Well, I mean, you carry on, and I'll tell you if I've heard the same thing.
So basically, it's a piece of software that you on for PC that allows you to create a NES game, a Nintendo Entertainment System game, so an 8-bit Nintendo style game. And then so it gives you all the like shit with the software to build your own, like modules for an RPG, modules for a platform game, whatever. You create what you want, and then the cool part is that I think you can play it as a ROM, but you can also print it to an actual NES cartridge, and then put that into your fucking NES and play the game you've just made on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Bloody hell. Well, I have to say, it's
pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think that is actually a pretty damn good idea. But the tagline is, make your NES game, no coding required. I just wonder how true that is, like whether you're going to be using like templates perhaps or something like that. So it may be a bit, maybe a bit gimped, I suppose, in that scenario. But I don't know, I think it would be pretty fun.
Well, I agree. They said that they describe it as create assets with properties and behaviors to give developing for the NES an objective-oriented feel, similar to modern tools such as Game Maker and Unity.
Okay, yeah.
So you're right about that. So what it is basically a sort of like a gigantic wizard with like loads and loads of templates and customizable parts that will allow you to sort of. So if you want to build like an RPG, there's like an RPG module that you'll load up, and then that'll have all the different parts to make an RPG in it.
Nice.
If you want to make a platform game or a fighting game. Yeah, so I think it sounds pretty cool. I think they're crowdfunding it at the moment.
Well, I'm just looking at that now.
Kickstarter by the look of it.
Well, I'm just looking at that now, right? Their goal, from what I can tell, was nearly 23,000. So it's 2,880 pounds. But it's currently at £83,084. So they've gone like treble, quadruple.
And also while I'm looking at the same thing, but I think I'm looking at the American site, so it's in dollars. And as I was watching it, it went up from 1,150 backers to 1,151. Like literally, as I'm watching it, people are backing this. So if you're interested, go and have a look at it.
I was going to say that's exactly the number I've got. Yeah. yeah. I think it would be great. I think I know I was a little dubious to begin with, but Well, it's the next stage on from Mario Maker, isn't it? Let's be honest. So,
yeah. We should probably say this is not like an official Nintendo thing. This is like by a different company.
Yeah, that's right. Just somebody on a Kickstarter. Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, they cannot be getting into any trouble with copyrights and stuff here because it wouldn't be happening. Like you said, Nintendo is super locked down about shit like that, aren't they? So they must have figured out a way to make it work.
Yeah, I think really the way that they probably got around it, this is me speculating, is that they're not using any Nintendo assets. They're just making games for an obsolete computer. So there's nothing illegal about it. So yeah, perfectly fine.
No. Yeah, exactly. And it also reminds me of we've mentioned it before, that the Angry Video Game Nerd, who used to formerly Angry Nintendo Nerd. I remember he did a little piece. He did a lot of stuff about the original NES. And there was one thing he did. I can't remember if it's like Worst Games or something. But basically, these Christian game companies made all these like really weird, like Bible related like NES games, and they put them out at the time. For the NES, and they got round the copyright thing by putting a chip in it or something.
Well,
like that,
they made really strange looking cartridges for it. Like they were like bright blue and like odd shapes, I think. So yeah, that's another way they got around it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like at the time when it was a relevant console. So yeah, exactly. This is like what 20, 30 years down the line. So I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. So in other news, we got some games coming out. Well, there's been a bit more of an announcement for the near future, I suppose you could say, with the new God of War coming out on the 20th of April. I watched the trailer and it looks like, I've not actually played the other God of War games, but this actually looks like it's something I could get into. Like the graphics are insane. I know people say things like LA Noire and all of that are amazing for the face capture and stuff. I urge you to go and watch this trailer because it's real life. If you were playing this in 4K, I think you'd be confused. You'd think they started filming people. It is that good. So,
holy fuck, the Greek gods are alive and they're trying to kill me.
Well,
actually, I think this isn't this one about Norse gods rather than Greek gods?
Yes,
or something like that.
I believe it is. It's not really saying anything here, but it's more to do with he's had a son and whatever now, and he's trying to teach his son. But I think
Kratos.
Yeah, I think from what it looks like in the trailer, obviously his son is a god as well, but he's trying to hide it from him, and he needs to kind of teach him a little bit. I don't know. It just looks good. They didn't let too much out in that, I think, story-wise. It was, yeah. Let's see what else is coming. A game called Lost Sphere. Have you heard about that?
What the juice is that, sir?
Well, it's a RPG, which looks pretty good for the PC, PS4, and the Switch. It's a successor, apparently, to a game from 2016 called I Am Setsuna. I don't know if you've heard of that
never
one.
played that. Yeah, I never played that.
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks kind of part top-down-ish, kind of old-style RPG. Small characters and all that. Turn-based fighting and all sorts. Yeah, it looks really nice. And there's a weird thing where you kind of rebuild the world. So, like, it looks like from the trailer, having not played anything of this, that you kind of open up the map a bit more by rebuilding parts of the world by sort of casting some sort of spell from the looks of it. It looks really nice. And you can like walk around in mech suits apparently, which are new to the game. So I guess that must beef you up somehow.
Yeah, man. Oh, I've just had a look and it's actually been published by Square Enix as well.
Ah, right, okay.
So
well,
it's
that
made
explains
the
turn-based
Final
stuff,
Fantasy-ishness.
Yeah.
Well, it's being developed by the Tokyo RPG Factory, and then it's being published by Square Enix, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I think you're probably right about that one. That's probably worth checking out when it comes out.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it'll be, if it is, I guess you might still be able to call it indie. I don't know, but maybe it'll be in the lower price range. So yeah, it looks like the right sort of price for me. So also, yeah, go on.
No, carry on.
Well, I was going to say also for the 23rd, which is the day that we're recording this, there's a game called Iconoclasts, which is also an indie-ish game from the looks of it. It's an action platformer where it's like a run and gun, I suppose, dismantling big giant robots and navigating the world with a magical wrench. Yeah. So yeah,
Another plumber.
It looks old school. Yeah.
Another plumber.
You say that, but you take control of a female protagonist. So this company are clearly moving forward in the world.
She Mario.
She's called. Well, she's called Robin as well. So guy name, girl name. Everybody can relate. Everybody stays
wins.
happy because there's a female protagonist with a guy's name. You can't go
Sounds
wrong,
good,
can
man.
you?
No, I'm up for that. Yeah, I'll try that out. But yeah, Monster Hunter World as well. I think we mentioned that before, didn't we? That's out on Friday.
Well, the beta came out last week, I think. Yeah, the final beta. So yeah, I think let me see, the 26th. So that would be Saturday, wouldn't it?
Friday.
Yes,
I think.
Friday.
Friday.
Now,
Friday.
I thought Saturday would be a weird day.
I might go get this. I might do. It depends.
Well, I was looking at well, not a trailer. It's just some gameplay footage, and they were doing it in a part of the map called Coral Highlands, and you automatically think of Under the Sea, whatever. But it really does look like a tiny person running around in a coral under the sea. It's amazing looking. I've never played any of the other ones, but I think this one, it might be the one that grabs me, I think.
Is it always online, or can you play it offline, do you know?
It doesn't say here, so I'm not gonna try and say
if
about that. But I don't think it is.
If I can play it offline, I might go get it, because I'm just finishing up a couple things at the moment. I think I've nearly finished Mario Odyssey now, finally.
Oh, bloody hell, okay.
It's that's a crazy game. That just goes on and on.
Well,
like,
yeah.
you
What did you
like
think about
through.
it?
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
What did you think?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's the Switch needed a killer app, and it has already got one. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, like that is phenomenal. But then in the same year, a few months later, you get Mario Odyssey, and it's like it just blows your mind all over again. It's like, and I think also I put Mario Kart 8. The remake, the deluxe edition, or whatever it's called, in the same category.
Yeah.
I think those three games alone make the Switch like worth playing if you like games, basically. But yeah, Mario Odyssey is great. It's just like Mario Galaxy gone mad, Rob. You're like in these crazy worlds that are all typically kind of Mario-ish, although like there's some slightly different stuff in there. Like there's a level which is Metro Town or Metro City, and it's like actually like you're in a sort of weird version of New York. With like, and all the people in it like don't look like Mario. They're all like long and tall looking and like more realistic
like
looking.
people.
Yeah, you can drive like remote controlled cars there. You can like jump on taxis and like bounce up in the air, and like there's all sorts of crazy shit in that game. It just keeps. It's like a present that never stops unwrapping. Like every time you take off another layer of wrapping paper, there's like another sort of beautiful thing underneath it to find. But yeah, I've got like 500 something moons. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's happened for the Switch. To be honest, again, I haven't got one, but everybody was so bummed when the Wii U came out and it flopped. Really, I think. But everybody wanted this then, but it couldn't happen, could it? So.
Exactly. The Switch is, like we said last time or whenever it was, the Switch is the Wii U that the world deserved.
That is a very nice way to put it. Yes. Cool. So, what else you got game-wise this week, Dave?
Well, I just wanted to say, I confessed last time that I play Pokemon Go on the bus and stuff, and they incrementally release sort of like little updates and like add-ons and like little. You don't have to pay for it; it's all still free to play. But they just keep releasing like new Pokemon and things. And this today, actually, right now, they've released 23 more Pokemon into the game from the Hoenn region, which is from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So there's I can't remember now exactly, but there's something like 350 Pokemon in the game now to like catch and collect and shit like that. So they know how to keep you going. Like it's like nearly a year and 7 months after the game first launched, and there are still people that like play it like every day, like ridiculously. They've just figured out how to keep you coming back for more. And I have to say, I've only ever spent about £6 on this game, like ever. Like back when I first started playing it, I didn't really know how you got more Pokeballs and shit like that. So I was like, I've got to fucking buy them. So I bought a few, and then I figured out, oh no, this is how you do it. You go to the Pokestops, you spin them, you do that a few times, you get them, and blah blah blah. So I figured out how it worked, and I've never spent a penny after that on the game. I've been playing this game, like I say, probably for about a year and a half, like probably for like 20 minutes to half an hour every single day when I go somewhere.
Wow.
And it's cost me like £6. So yeah, it's not for everyone, and it kind of sucks, I admit that, but it's something about it just gets you. But yeah, so if you enjoy Pokemon Go, there's 23 new ones out there to go and catch them all.
God, fucking hell, yeah, that'll definitely keep them going. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty sweet. So that's a little bit of mobile gaming news for y'all. We don't
getting
cover
it all
the
in
mobile
there.
platform. Yeah, we don't cover the mobile platform that much, but I think we will. And also, I just wanted to say, we mentioned a little bit on the last episode. There's a game that I haven't yet played, and I really want to, but I can't because I haven't got an Xbox One and I haven't got a PC that's good enough. But PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which we talked about, it's like the battle royale style game, and everyone loves it. It's a huge success, and it's like made.
Well, that's
by
on PS4 now, isn't it? Is it not on PS4?
Oh no.
Sorry.
No. As far as I'm aware, it isn't. I just double checked.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be able to play it anyway because it's online. I don't have the internet at the moment, which is a bitch. But it's it looks really fun. They just announced the creators. It's like it's like one guy who like made some mods for other games, and he made this, and then he got a deal and got bought by another company and stuff. So it's kind of one guy's vision. Who's PlayerUnknown? That's why it's called. That's why it's called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Anyway, the company that he formed that makes the game are going to donate $2 million to charity from sales. They've been selling these boxes in game. They're like kind of like loot crate style boxes, and they've got in them is just like fucking like shit for your character to wear, cosmetic items. But of the money they've made from that, they've pledged to give at least $2 million to charity, to various gaming related charities. Like there's a game marathon charity they're giving money to and things. I just think they're trying to do things a bit different, this company, and I just feel like they're kind of trying to, I don't know, they're kind of showing some of the big boys how to do it a little bit. Like, this game is like way more successful than the last Call of Duty, for example, and things like that, or it will be anyway eventually. And I think it's nice that kind of an indie developer's got this big, that they're able to go, yeah, fucking right, I'll give $2 million to charity,
Yeah,
like,
well, let's be honest here. People have played Call of Duty so much now. Is it not time for something new? Honestly.
Yeah. Well, they've tried to reinvent Call of Duty itself several times, haven't they? They took it into space. They've taken it back to World War II now, and that's quite fun, actually, the latest one. But I think that's nostalgia. But just going to say that the first donation they're going to give is $300,000 to the Extra Life Charity Marathon, which is a children's supports the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So basically, they run gaming marathons to raise money, and then they give money to sick and injured children. So I'm all for this type of thing. I like this kind of altruism, and I know the kids are well down with this game, mate. How out of touch does that man sound?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of gamers, like especially YouTubers and stuff, that do sort of marathon live streams and whatever, and give a ton of money to charity as well. So this kind of ethos, I suppose you could call it, is getting around in the community, so it can only be good, I think.
The other game that I've heard the kids talking about, and by that I mean people I've overheard on the bus or in town, is have you heard of Fortnite as well?
I have heard of it, yes. I've seen a bit of that too. It looks awfully colourful for a shoot 'em up, don't you think?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Time Splitters, like if you remember that game, like back in the day, like taking not too serious a take on it, like trying to cartoon it up a little bit. I guess Splatoon on the Switch is a little bit like that as well, but that's like way more extreme. But yeah, it looks quite crazy. I think it's made by Epic Games. And they're giving it. I'm pretty sure it's a free to play. I might be speaking out of line here, but I'm pretty sure it is. But they caused some controversy because while the PlayerUnknown Battleground was still in beta, because it went through a really long testing, like early access phase. Fortnite built a battle royale mode for their game. And they released that. They released that like about 6 months before PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, like the final version finished. Okay. So that's the other one that I've heard. So I think as soon as we get a chance, as soon as I get something decent enough to play these games on or whatever, I'm going to actually do it, and I might stream some of it and talk about it a little bit. I'm sure everyone will be done with it by then. They'll be on to the third thing along the line from this. But, they look interesting, so I think we should cover them when we can.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good idea. If that's what you want to do, Dave, I'm all up for that. I'm sure the people listening will be up for that too. So
one little proviso,
I might be able.
I suck. I suck at shooters pretty much. Give me fucking GoldenEye. I'll kick your ass, but anything else.
Oh dear. Well, I may be able to hook you up with some streamers that have a server that they go and play on and all sorts. So. I might be able to help you out there, but you've got to get something new first, I suppose. Buy yourself a PC.
Yeah, I think that's next for me. I think I'm going to, I don't know if I said before, but I think I'm going to take the step to 4K, not with the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X, but I think I'm going to just try and save up and then build a gaming PC that's actually worth its salt. And then once I've got it, then I'll be able to check out this type of thing. I just really like the whole idea of Steam. Like, you can buy a game on Steam for like half the price it costs on the PS4 or the Xbox. And it's probably superior. Like, if you've got a good enough computer, you can set the graphics settings up high and shit like that. And I'm not going to ever replace my consoles, but I just feel like it would be a nice addition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a reasonably good PC, PC, a reasonably good laptop that I've not.
Indeed, you have
had
sir.
for very
Better
long.
Than mine.
And mainly I bought it so I could record music, podcasts, that sort of thing. But I can play some reasonable games on here. But I would say a PC is probably better. But I would never trade in my consoles. I find that is where I would be playing my games, really. I'm a console guy. I think I always will be.
Yeah, man. Did you? The thing I really love about them is that it's just the instant. And now I say this, and I'm realizing I'm wrong as I'm saying it, but like the instant plug and play, like the Mega Drive, stick the cartridge in. Maybe you have to blow it a bit, but you fucking whack that in, away you go. Like modern games aren't so much like that. Like on the PlayStation 4, when you buy a game, and if you're connected to the internet, you put it in. It's going to install. That's going to take 5 minutes. Then after that, it's got to download that day one patch. That's probably it, depending on your connection, maybe 15 minutes. Then you've got to watch it install all that shit. So you're still talking in installation period. So I guess the PC, I was going to say it's annoying that you have to fuck around with all that stuff, but actually consoles are becoming more like that as well, really, aren't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got Final Fantasy 15 recently, and I don't know why I don't play it more, because it took it. This is just my crappy internet connection. It took a whole night for it to download and install all together. And when it downloaded really quick, and I thought, thank God for that. I'm going to be able to play this in a minute. and then it said installing, and it said 24 hours left. And I was like, you are shitting me. You are shitting me. But I got there, but I don't know why the hell I haven't played more of it, because I played probably 2 hours maybe, and it's fucking amazing. I don't know what the hell I'm playing at, but maybe trying to give you guys out there some content with some fun old games. But maybe you'd like to see some Final Fantasy 15. Hey, I could do that for you. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've finished it, so I'll try not to give you any spoilers.
Don't do that.
The version you got, man? Does that come with all the add-ons and everything as well? All the extra content?
I don't think so. No, I mean, if you've been listening, I game on the cheap. So
yeah, man, that's good.
I probably got it probably got it as cheap as I could. So I don't think it does. No, but that's how I've also grown up. Buying a whole game I should probably get used to the fact that you don't get that anymore. But
No, I
never
know what
mind.
you mean. It's bullshit, isn't it, when they hide stuff away? But with what they did with 15, which is quite interesting, is they built all these extra standalone stories where you take control of a different character. So you've got like Ignis and I can't remember the name. So you play as the main dude, whatever the fuck his name is. Can you remember his name? The main guy you play as?
Who? Sorry.
In Final Fantasy
Christ.
15.
Is it
What's
not
the main-
Who's? Oh, I can't honestly remember now. I cannot
Internet's
honestly
going to help
remember.
us. Internet's going to help us. Anyway, my point is that they built standalone sort of games with all of the other characters. So the DLC are like chapters that are based on like the lives or the backstory of some of the other characters. Where you take control of them, like Gladius or whatever his name is, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have actually got A King's Tale, which is like a prequel to it, but it's like a 2D sort of Streets of Rage-esque beat 'em up game. It's
that
really
sounds
good.
wicked, man. Yeah, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, it is. But maybe I'll stick some gameplay of that up too. I've got lots in the backlog. Like I say, every time I play, I record now. So anytime I think you guys might like a game, I'll stick it up. So yeah,
it's Noctis, by the way. Noctis, that's the main guy, the main prince who plays. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
Now you say it, I know.
But
dear.
yeah, it's a great game, really good game.
Yeah,
Excellent.
So yes. So did you tell us what you've been playing at the moment or not? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, like I said, The Witcher 3 and Mario Odyssey, but I've also been playing Everybody's Golf on and off. I finally unlocked the second fucking golf course. Like, why make it so difficult? I had to play tournaments on the first golf course, no joke, probably about 25 times. I had to play 9 holes, 6 holes, challenge matches, because the way it works is you level up as you play. So as you hit good shots and stuff, you fill up like an experience bar, and then when you get to the next level, you can hit the ball further. And then with the clubs you use, as you use them, as you hit the ball further, it increases the maximum distance you can hit the ball and stuff like that. So I got to really far with that. I got to level 6 without even unlocking the second course, because I didn't realize that what you have to do is you have to you get enough points, then you unlock a versus match against a weird computer character. You beat them, then you do another experience bar, then you get another one. You have to do that 3 or 6 times to beat 6 versus characters, I think it is, to just unlock the second golf course. Once you've unlocked the second golf course, it's fucking hard as hell. The greens are ridiculous. And the wind is just crazy as well. So I do love that game. It's really fun. But my God, they could have made it easier to fucking unlock another course. In multiplayer, you should have all the courses unlocked right from the start. It's bullshit. But it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. I tell
it really
myself.
Sounds like it as well.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I had been having some problems. Well, I had been having some problems with golfing myself, but if you people out there still want to stick around on the channel, I've got an idea for a new show called the Super Special Sunday Show, where we'll just play any old game. Perhaps we'll talk over it, perhaps we won't. But if you check it out on Sunday, you'll see what I'm talking about. So
sweet.
There we go.
Do it. Get on there.
Yeah.
Keep an eye.
So something we missed last time, as we're drawing to a close, I suppose, something I missed last time was the world records. I can't believe I missed the world records.
I love that in the first episode. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, here we go. So I've only got the one this time round, but because we've been talking about Final Fantasy, I'll make it a Final Fantasy-esque one. So the fastest segmented completion of Final Fantasy VII was achieved in 6 hours, 44 minutes and 49 seconds on the PC version, apparently.
What does segmented mean? Without cutscenes or what?
I honestly don't know. I guess it must be. It doesn't actually say what that means, but that's the record. So it must mean something. Yeah.
Yeah, surely there's more cutscenes than that in the game. Surely in the actual game there's more than 6 hours 44 minutes of cutscenes.
Maybe that's why it's maybe that's why it's the PC version then. So
I remember once you played Final Fantasy VII, right? Completed it?
Yeah.
You remember the bit where you go to that village? Is it Nibelheim? And like Sephiroth like burns it to the ground, and it all gets fucked up, and it's all like really dark and bleak. I remember I was playing that, and I really needed to go somewhere, or I was going to go and do something, and I was like, oh no, that's it. I was going to go. I was just waiting to go to bed. I was quite young. I was about 15, 16, and I needed to go to bed to go to school the next day. And I was like, right, I'll just play. I'll save in a minute, because that game you had to reach save points to save, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I started doing that, and like no joke, it was about 2.5 hours after I wanted to save it, I could actually fucking save the game. And I was just like the whole way through, like going, I wasn't paying attention to the story or anything. I was like, come on, fucking get through this shit. So thankfully, modern developers do not put us through that.
Yeah.
But, that's impressive. Right. That's impressive.
Well, I will as a treat give out a second one. Okay, and this is Final Fantasy again. And let me just see this one. So, the longest video game marathon on any Final Fantasy title lasted 40 hours. Okay, so that's the length of these games. So I guess he played it in one sitting. Who played Final Fantasy X and X-2. So he did it in 40 hours. So there's two games.
Back to back? He finished both of them?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The record attempt took place during a LAN party, apparently, hosted by... Well, this is from Spain, so Aslagos, I think. I don't want to butcher that. Yeah.
I'm sure Aslagos won't mind.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I think it's a university. It says it was a campus. So.
Cool.
So he says here he completed the game's storyline after 33 hours and 26 minutes, but restarted the campaign and continued to play for a further 6.5 hours. So not only did he complete it, but he ended up starting another game and playing that too.
Why would you do that to yourself? Yeah, you just finished
I don't know.
X and X2, and then you're like, no, I want another 6 hours to start this game again. That's pretty admirable or crazy. I don't know.
That's why it's a record. That's why it's a record.
Nice, man.
So, on that note, we'd just like to say thank you for listening again. Thank you for going back and listening or watching other content on the show.
Yeah.
I've also tried to put links on the end of videos and stuff now for you to just carry on and watch, or let your autoplay just carry on and keep whoring out our stuff to you.
Yeah.
So we thank you very much for being there for that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, guys.
So we will see you next week. Tatty bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.